Well, this trip to Playa del Coco was really important for me and special too. It was important because I was pretty tired and I got to see my wife and I got to also get to know my Uncle Chuck better, and that was really great. And here my new friend Terry helped me offload my dinghy from Chuck's SUV. Terry was one of the breakfast boys. Yeah, Chuck, Fred, and Terry, they go to breakfast almost every day together. And they included Karen and I in that. It was really fantastic. We really enjoyed it. It's been a while since I pumped it up, and so it'll lose some air over time. And a lot easier to do when you're on land. So I made sure my dinghy was well inflated, loaded it up, and I headed out to Frog's Leap, because it was time to get the show on the road again. Let me show you this. My name is Rick. I got my sea legs when I was in the Coast Guard, and I commanded a boat much like this one. Today, I take my small sailboat on coastal passages in search of adventure. In this season, I'm heading south from Banderas Bay with the intention of returning to the Caribbean Sea via the Panama Canal. Living the pirate life. Yep, me and these pelicans. I had to bring a bunch of stuff back. One of the things is I got this thing of eggs. I put them inside these little plastic things and then put them in the fridge so they last a little bit longer. Sometimes I can get quite a few in there. Sometimes they're too big. This is what you need. Like if you get a big one, then you put like a small one right here. Yeah, I mean, it was great, meeting Chuck and his friends, Terry and Fred. Good people for sure. Good friends to him, and Sharon, Louie, and Fred. Just just lost one of my eggs. Sometimes they get stuck in there and there's nothing you can do. Sometimes I can't get all the eggs in there, because sometimes they're really big. So these are really big eggs. I might be able to get a small one in there. I'll try again. Yeah, I got one more in there. Maybe one more? I doubt it. These other ones are, yeah. But maybe if I took one of these big ones out and put a small one in, I could get another small one in. Now, sometimes, it just is what it is. So I'm going to put these eggs in the fridge. I put the refrigerated ones as far back into the refrigerator as I can because I've got those ones in the tray that are going to remain unrefrigerated. I got to eat those first for sure. When Karen came by, she brought me a bunch of provisions, so I had to put that stuff away. I got here probably around 9. It's about noon now, so now I'm about ready to go. It's going to take me a couple hours probably to get up there. So I'll probably get up there around 2, 3 o'clock, get some fuel, and then find an anchorage. It's time to go. Once I've got the anchor snubber on deck, I can disconnect it, and then I can bring in the rest of the chain. think the thing that I enjoy the most about when dolphin come to play at the bow of Frog's Leap is, to me, it represents two totally different worlds converging for a moment without malice. I wonder if they see it that way too.
Well, I'm beginning my approach to Marina Papagayo to get some fuel. I got some familiar faces. Jeff and Joy off Tidings of Joy are up ahead of me. Talked with them on the radio. And my friend Kurt on Summer Breeze right behind me. So, familiar company. Good stuff.
The entrance into Marina Papagayo is really easy. All the slips are off to the left, and the fuel pier is straight on back. And the wind is blowing about 10 knots off my starboard quarter here, so I'm gonna moor to the fuel pier port side 2 to make for an easy getaway. Well, the attendant told me that this particular pump isn't working right now, so he helped me slide the boat back to the next pump. And after picking up about 60 liters of diesel, I'm back underway. Gonna try to find a nice, quiet anchorage for the night. And as I passed the buoys that mark the entrance and the exit to Marina Papagayo, it was time to stow these lines and fenders. Once I had the lines all neatly coiled, it's time to stow these lines and fenders in the lazarette.
All right, so I'm heading to the Nacascolo anchorage. It's on the north side of this bay, and it's only like a mile away from the marina. So, and it's supposed to be pretty quiet. So, you know, maybe I'll be able to get a little work done. We'll see.
There was a handful of charter boats out here just enjoying this little bay, but as sunset approached, they all left, and before too long, it was just me out here. Well, overnight, Brent and Dana on SV Daze Dream anchored up alongside me here in this little bay, and boy, look at this sunrise with SV Daze Dream in the foreground. So I met up with my friends from SV Daze Dream, Brent and Dana and Dylan, and we headed to shore to explore. Wow, just look how clear this water is here. So I noticed this man-made wooden walkway over here, and I figured, well, that's as good a thing as any to start my exploration with.
Well, I'm not going to follow that all the way up. It's a little too adventurous for me. My suspicion is it loops back to the hotel. Maybe at some point I'll take a closer look.
So he fashioned all these little pads, little holes, where he had a small little tiny saxophone made out of bamboo. And he was jamming on that thing, simple as can be, just jamming on this saxophone made of bamboo.
This was in Tamagringo.
Tamagringo. Tamarindo. And yeah, so funny. And we're like, wow, dude, how'd you do that? Oh, I played the saxophone growing up, and I just kind of started playing with it till it started sounding right. And I'm like, that's amazing.
What did you see over there? I noticed you were doing some
damselfish, some little thin fish hiding in rocks.
Yeah.
Come out, swim to like about shape of your finger.
Cool, man.
Give up on that.
Well, on the east end of this bay, there's a lot of beach activity, and we think there's some kind of a resort or something going on over here, so we're going to go check that out and see if maybe it's open to the public. Well, this is interesting. And as we got deeper into this beach complex, well, we came across this little bar area.
Oh yeah.
And venturing deeper still into this complex, we came across this little excursion rental area. Whoa, this pool is pretty cool. Well, once we got up to this pool, we were able to find some answers about what kind of was going on with this beach complex. Turns out it is a private beach resort area. They did offer a daily membership, but we were only going to be on the beach for maybe an hour just to hang out. So it wasn't for us, but it was pretty cool nonetheless. So we made our way back to our beach spot on the west side of this little bay and enjoyed some conversation and just relaxed. Enjoyed this amazing scene. Well, thanks for watching this episode of Sailing Frogs Leap. Please consider giving this episode a like and a share. And definitely subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. For real-time updates, check out Sailing Frogs Leap on Instagram.